Gear is everything.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay, maybe not everything, but it is important. A lot of people say the best gear is what you have on you at the time, which is true, but certain gear is always going to limit you as to what you can do. I've struggled like a ton of people in the past with getting a new camera and being really excited about it, and then a month later a new camera comes out, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, and it drives you crazy and you can't keep up. There's no way. You just can't keep up. Get the best gear you can reasonably without going into debt or spending money you don't have, and then just use the crap out of it until you're at a point where you can move up to a higher level. The gear, all this gear behind me has taken me years and years and years to acquire. And I'm not satisfied with what I have. Probably never will be satisfied with what I have, no matter what gear I have. And that's just the nature of the beast. A year ago, I would have never started a YouTube filmmaking channel with the gear that I have now because I didn't think it was adequate enough. But you can't think like that, because while I like my cameras now, there's gonna be a better one. And when I buy that better one, there's gonna be another better one. And when I get that better one, there's gonna be another better one, and it never stops. So you gotta really appreciate what you have and just really work hard and create the stuff that you wanna create with what you've got. So let's quickly go through what I've got and what I use on a daily basis. So let's start with cameras. Cameras, I've got a couple of Sony A7 IIIs. These are workhorse mirrorless cameras, and I've had them for several years now. I've got two of them. One of them is actually filming me right now. Really great quality cameras. Really good for run and gun stuff when I just need to quickly do something. If I'm shooting some real estate stuff, I use that. This big boy right here is what I got recently. This is the Blackmagic Pocket 4K cinema camera. And this is what I plan to use for a lot of the short films that I'm gonna be posting on this channel. This is considered a cinema camera. You know, it's definitely not the most expensive cinema camera out there. It's probably one of the more cheaper ones, but you know what? I'm really excited about it. I've shot with it a couple times and it shoots really, really fantastic footage. So I'm excited to use that. Then let's go over lenses. I use a Canon 35mm f2. I've got a Canon 50 f1.4. And then I've got a Canon 16 to 35 f4 with an adapter. So I put all of these on my Sony camera and shoot with an adapter, and it's great. The autofocus is not good between Canon lenses and Sony bodies, but I don't really ever use autofocus except in situations like this where I'm actually using I believe it's a 17 to 40 Sony kit lens. So it's autofocusing on me and it does a really good job. I don't use that lens that much, but I'll probably use it for a lot of this stuff. So it's a really good lens for autofocus stuff. Otherwise, these are all, I treat these as manual focus lenses just because that interface between the adapter and the Sony camera is not that great as far as autofocus. And the last ones I've got, of course, is the trusty 70 to 200 Canon lens. This is a workhorse beast of a lens. Love this lens. So that's my cameras, that's lenses. Oh, a couple other cameras. I got a GoPro 360, which I talked about in the last video, one of the last videos. So don't really know how I'm gonna use this for short films, but I've got some ideas and I think it'd be cool to try to work this in to some short film stuff. And then I've got just a GoPro, I believe this is a Hero 7, maybe? Yeah, 7. So I'll use that occasionally just for stuff. I want to do anything underwater or something crazy, mount it to something, mount it to a car. I use that. If I want to stabilize stuff, I've got a Zhiyun, I don't know, people pronounce it differently. I say Zhiyun, but it's the Weebill S. That's a really cool little stabilizer that will give you just nice steady shots when you are shooting. And then lastly, for cameras, I've got the Mavic Pro 2. And this, let me tell you, this lens, or this drone, the quality that comes out of this is just unreal. Like, every time I shoot with it, I don't understand how something that costs as little as that, I mean, it's still expensive, but for the quality you get, it blows my mind. It's really cool. Audio, I don't have audio out, but I use some Sennheiser wireless lapel mics. Probably I'll be using that for short films and stuff. And if I'm just doing run and gun stuff real quick, I've got a bunch of these little Sony recorders that I can just hardwire a mic into. In fact, that's what I'm wearing right now. I got a mic here and it's in my pocket. And those are really good just for quick audio captures. And of course, last but not least, is what I've shot all of the videos that you've seen so far. I've got the iPhone here. This is the 12. I've also got a 12 Pro Max that I use for stuff, but can't undersell or oversell how good that phone is, and just shooting on it when I'm in a pinch or I'm in good lighting conditions, it shoots really good. So a lot of what you're going to be seeing as far as behind the scenes on this channel, a good bit of it will probably be from the phone. Some of it I'm going to set up like this. Speaking of setups, I've got an aperture light that's lighting me right here. That's coming at me with a dome softbox. And then I've got a little tiny aperture light over here that's giving me just a little bit of that blue hue. So kind of like that setup there. And then of course this is just my wall of equipment back here. I've got Pelican cases, see if it'll focus. Pelican cases and bags and hand sanitizer up there, lots of stuff. Maybe we'll do another video one day on my bag obsession because it's pretty bad. So really that's all I wanted to go over. Just a quick little video about the gear that I'm going to be using on this channel for the videos you're going to be seeing. So I hope that helps a little bit. Don't be intimidated by people who have higher end cameras, who have Reds or Alexas or whatever they have, because if you are enjoying what you're doing and you are having fun, you're going to shoot great stuff and your stuff is going to look really good. And again, when you're able to, move up to the next level of gear, but don't sweat it in the meantime. Don't worry about it. Have fun with what you have, because what you have, even if it's just an iPhone, if you're just having fun and you're wanting to grow and learn, you're going to have all you need and you're going to be able to create great stuff. So that's all I got for you. Later.